Hello and welcome to Drinky Talky Thing number 140.
We're still here.
Jesus Christ, we're still here. I found, because I've got the PS4 and I had to try streaming via Ustream as well as Twitch, I found our live podcast from 2011. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it wasn't a success. That tastes like raisins. That's weird. Sorry.
I found the live footage that we shot here in the attempt to shoot it here. I found the other live footage from when we attempted to shoot it in your flat.
We blew up two computers pretty much, didn't we? Mine plugged along, but it was like freeze frame. Yours literally just shut up. It just turned on. No! But still, it was an interesting podcast. We had people talking to us.
Yes.
I remember getting hammered.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the Pims, wasn't it?
That was
I said
the
it with a
Pims.
bowl of Pims.
We should do another one of them.
Yeah, but maybe not with a bowl of Pims. Hey, that's the point. I finished for work in a week and a bit. So I can get hammered on the next one. In true British style, I'll just get absolutely drunk and forget about everything that we're supposed to be doing.
Fair enough.
You can point fun and then go to work the next day. So,
we'll record on a Friday or a Saturday and then I can do it.
Well, actually no, officially we record on a Thursday. It just gets put back.
No, we moved it to a Friday.
No, we didn't. Remember, you said, can we move it to a Friday? And I said, technically, Thursdays are still better for me, which is...
I just keep pushing it back to Friday.
Yeah, I don't mind, because it means I can actually have a drink and not worry, but...
we will do something. Anyway, gaming.
Yeah.
We're here to talk about gaming. And we're going to start with the best bit of news in a while. A proper scientific study, peer-validated, proper sample size, how many?
11,500.
11,500 test subjects and a 10-year study have proven that gaming has no harmful impact on kids.
Yeah. Woo!
So basically, anybody who now says gaming is bad for kids can be shown this study because it's peer-reviewed, properly done, not circumstantial bullshit.
I did note though, within there, it did read something along the lines of more than 5 hours in front of a TV can be detrimental.
Yes.
And it made me think, who the fuck lets their kid in front of a TV for 5 hours? 5 hours of TV. I don't consume that as an adult, and I have free will. You know, as a child,
I can at times.
Yeah, but as a child, you don't have free will. If your mum says, stop watching that TV, you tend to stop watching the TV. So that means...
No, you bitch and moan until they give... Oh, just fuck off.
Yeah, and then you go up into your room and use the TV up there.
Yeah.
I was informed not everyone had a TV in their room.
No, not when we were kids.
I was told I was a posh kid because not everyone has a TV. But I want to point out the TV in my room is about this big. The box was about big.
Mine was black and white.
My brother's was.
I played Sonic the Hedgehog on a black and white TV. It got very funny when I still had the black and white TV. Fired it up to play Sonic the Hedgehog 3 when you had the 3D Emerald Zone where you've got to jump and collect just the blue balls and not the red ones.
So you couldn't see.
Yeah!
Nice.
I learned to tell the difference between the two different types of grayscale.
This one's a slightly lighter grey. I'm going to call that one red. Nope. But yeah, anyway, study shows games not bad. TV can be detrimental, but only if you have a lot.
Just basically anything taken in excess is bad for you. So gaming is not detrimental to your mental health, but too much gaming will be detrimental to your mental health
as well. That this is gaming, I'm guessing, because it's part of the study's age-related game.
Yeah.
So suitable games.
Yeah.
If you're feeding your kid Grand Theft Auto at the age of 10.
Yeah.
You're a bad parent. And games can possibly be detrimental at that point.
Yeah. No.
Not necessarily the actual game, but...
There is a reason we have a rating system on these things. There is a reason games have a rating system. There is a reason TV shows have a watershed. There's a reason films have an age rating. Yeah. And a reason Netflix has a kids-only mode.
Oh, there was they had a guy from...
Well, the kids only mode has all the Disney films and that's awesome.
They had a guy from Sony on some kind of morning television the other day because I was watching it whilst I ate my complimentary breakfast.
Yeah.
I love hotels.
So you feel obliged, don't you?
Yeah, well, I'm stuffing my face of everything. I was looking at there's a poor guy from Sony. It's obviously launched the PlayStation 4, and the guy said, "Oh, new console, great, woo, sir." On to subject. Lots of parents, blah blah blah. Games detrimental to children. How do you react to that? And he handled it perfectly. He said, "We believe that parents should have a great say in what their children do. They shouldn't be playing
inappropriate
games, and the emphasis is on the parents here." And the guy who was clearly up for a fight just kind of went, "Oh,
I can't argue with that one."
So, seen any spots?" Just completely blitzed him. But yeah, violent games, bad kids, generally. Fallout 4 has been trademarked.
Oh yes, this is good. There's been a teaser site ticking along for a while. I think we may have mentioned
Survivor
it. Yeah,
I don't think we've actually mentioned it.
Have we not?
No.
There's a teaser site for Fallout.
It's had a great ARG behind it as well.
Yeah.
People decoding messages as phone numbers you can call.
Yeah,
it's been quite cool.
There's been 2 trademarks filed in the last 2 weeks that are interesting. The first is Fallout 4, trademarked in Europe. Now, nobody's certain if it's a genuine trademarking, so
yeah,
it's a genuine trademarking.
Let's be honest. It's
Fallout 3.
4.
Fallout 3 cannot be milked any further.
Yeah, you would trademark Fallout 4 in case.
Yeah, they need to make the next Fallout game based on the Oblivion engine.
Yeah,
they need the next Oblivion-based game.
Yeah, New Vegas was kind of out the loop, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah, I'm trying to think because I've been looking at a lot of the ARG stuff, and this is my problem. I haven't played Fallout 3 in so long. I got sick of New Vegas.
I'm tempted to go back and play Fallout.
3 was fantastic. I mean, it's a genuinely awesome game.
I can't go back and play Fallout. I have the Xbox version.
Oh, I think
I no longer have an Xbox.
I may have the PlayStation version, so you can borrow that. Nope, I don't on PC. Shit. So Fallout 3 had a few characters and like side stories that were running along, and they've tied it in to the ARG, which I'm guessing is related to 4.
Yeah.
And it's quite cool the way it all kind of comes together. Yeah. But I don't think Vegas has any kind of play in it. I may be daft. I might be missing things because I didn't play enough of Vegas.
I don't mind that.
Well, Vegas did feel like a bit of a cash-in, but I like their survivor mode. Did you see the hardcore mode?
Yeah.
So you have to keep drinking water.
Yeah.
The only downside to that was water appeared to be abundant.
Yeah.
Post-apocalyptic world, it's like, well, there's a bit of water there. It's got.
Well, of course it's going to be. The guy in 3 actually cleaned all the water.
Well, it's that whole thing. It's like the water will give me a bit of radiation poisoning, but in the grand scheme of things, it's feck all. So, and that's it. That'll last me another 24 hours. Like one sip. Well, hey, I'm drinking out of a toilet. I haven't got any diseases. Well, I suppose you wouldn't, would you? The radiation would kill it all off. So a bit of radiation poisoning. You're drinking shitty water. And you're fine for another few hours. I just felt like that seemed like a cop-out. It wasn't really hardcore at all. It was drink out of a toilet when you see one. Alright?
Yeah. And the other trademark that was the trademark that was trademarked this week in Europe was Bully.
Yes.
Which had a different name over here, apparently.
Did it?
Or
No.
in America.
It might have done in America. It's Bully over here.
Yeah, it was Bully here. But when it went to America, it was something daft.
David
something
Cameron
Latin.
School Simulator?
No, something in Latin that had something to do. I can't remember, but it had a different name over there.
Yeah,
it's the Rockstar game that's not GTA or Red Dead.
Yeah. I don't know what more to say. I never played the first.
Bully was brilliant.
Good.
Bully was good, and I'm happy to see a sequel possibly happening.
Right.
Shall we start on the PS4?
I think we have to, don't we?
I think we've.
Have we covered Xbox launch?
No, because that was last week, and we weren't here last week.
Yeah.
And there was. Well, let's go to the Xbox, and what they launched. There was nothing particularly fanfare about it.
No, there was. There was everything. There was every time a new console launches. The failure rate is through the roof. It's like no, there's a lot of people complaining.
Yep.
Basically, if you launch on launch day, every single problem will get complained about.
Here we go. There's Let's go to the hardware. And yes, the Xbox One came with broken hardware. There were some that weren't booting. There were some where the disk drive didn't work. The disk drive problem seems to be a malformed gear. that hasn't properly seated itself. You can technically, one person has done it on YouTube, had a disk drive. Yeah. Do you want to know how he fixed it?
Boom.
Oh no, you've got to turn the thing.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, you're right, but you've got to turn the thing upside down first.
And then hit it.
And then twat it really hard and the gears reseat themselves.
Everyone knows a fixing hammer solves everything.
Percussive maintenance, it's called.
It works though.
Yeah.
This whole thing where people think we're joking when you say it's like the old ones work.
Yeah.
So turn it off and on again, fixes things. Hitting it with a hammer can genuinely fix things.
Yeah.
I know it seems backwards hitting something, but yeah, it's just something a bit loose.
But yeah, everybody was up in arms because the Xbox came out broken. There was connects that didn't work. There was software glitches. There was inability to connect to the network. There was the disk drive. Oh my god, it's hell on earth. At the same time, the PS4 had its own. Now it had the glowing blue light of death, which was a software glitch. And I prefer Control-Alt-Delete's name for it.
Which was?
The glowing blue dick punch of sadness.
Nice. Yeah, actually, that's a good name. Am I right in thinking?
What was worse is he's got it. He coined that phrase as part of a comic and a joke, and then his arrived and it had the glowing blue dick punch of sadness.
It's like Sony intended it, wasn't it? Just, there you go.
But it also shows how responsive Sony support have been, because he had his replacement within 3 days.
Nice. Am I right in thinking as well, the patch they released to download
Yeah.
then got updated again?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a second patch.
Yes.
Because I just love the thought of some little fanboy sat there. I say fanboy, I'm one of them, right? Sat there with his USB stick. He's like, right, ready, and there's a new patch. Fuck. Spent hours. So they're going to all that effort of putting it on
this
a
is
USB
it, but
pen drive.
I didn't do the pen drive thing. I just set up my
It
thing.
actually worked.
Did my network connection, and in the time it took me to do all the rest of the setup things, the network had downloaded half of the patch.
Nice.
And it let me continue using the console while the rest of the patch downloaded.
It's like, I think it was Mike Bithell tweeted something earlier today. It's just earlier today or yesterday. Just saying it feels so futuristic playing a single player game whilst the multiplayer downloads in the background.
Yeah.
But it's the most basic of things.
Well, that's it.
You should have had this sooner.
NAC. I fired up NAC and there was a software update for it, and it said, there's a software update for it. We will download this now. Do you want to wait, or do you want to continue playing the game? You just won't be able to connect to the online.
Yeah.
Fine. I'm playing single player. Fucking let me in.
None of my friends have a console anyway.
That is depressing. That wonderful news feed. Yeah. Mine's empty.
I love the fact it's like 1 million PlayStation sold. And you think 1 million? That's 1 million people. Everyone's got one. And then you realise you spread 1 million consoles out across the country.
There's nobody got them.
Yeah, no one you know has a console.
I didn't have that many people on my PSN friends list to begin with, to be fair.
I think it's this whole thing of online friends that's the issue for me, because Facebook is another one. If you have, I have 1,000 online friends. No, you don't. You've never met these people.
Yeah.
You've added them so they can stalk you over the internet, or vice versa. That's not a friend. I don't invite those people onto my PlayStation or onto my Facebook. No. Because I don't know them. And the last thing I want is somebody who's, hey, I see you're in game, can I come follow you?
I kind of go on the other side of that. There are some people who have made it onto my Facebook and other friends lists because I played games with them. Yeah. But they're MMOs where I've got to know the person over a great deal of time.
Exactly, yeah. It's not just some random guy.
Hello, Roy.
Oh, so I got you to blame for that one.
Yes.
So it's that whole thing. If you spend 1 minute playing a game and someone's like, hey, you're really cool, do you want to play a game again? You kind of just think, oh, any normal person would go, no. But in the online world, people go, yeah, alright. I need another notch on my little thing to say I have lots of friends.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. In the real world, somebody came up and said, can I be your friend? You wouldn't say yes, would you?
Well, that's how we got with you.
Yeah, fair point.
That's how you ended up in the little...
No, I already had a friend.
Yeah. You did that to Dan, then Dan passed you on to me, and now I'm stuck with you.
Yeah. That's unfortunate for you, isn't it?
Dan did a good job. He offloaded you.
I won't mind. I still think you've got me blocked on PlayStation. I'll never see you online.
I just am never on.
I can't remember who it was the other day. I said, "Where's Paddy? Why don't he play Grand Theft Auto?" I said, Paddy plays everything but Grand Theft Auto. Like, what do you mean? He's got everything else. He's just playing that instead. Why is he not playing Grand Theft Auto? Because he's playing everything else. How are you not getting this?
I've got other things to play. There's too many things.
Yeah, I would recommend Grand Theft Auto though, purely for the fact that you can just be an arsehole.
Yeah, but
which seems to be your favourite thing. Instead of shooting the general in the face, it could be Mike Lockwood.
I haven't shot Lockwood yet. I will join Grand Theft Auto just to shoot Lockwood.
You know what my biggest gripe with the whole game is? Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
Right, there's none of this whole, there's a person there, I could shoot him, but I could be locked into some kind of wall where we keep shooting each other and losing money. Nobody thinks like that. Everyone thinks, there's a person! Sure, if it was like a world full of people where your actions could have consequences, maybe you wouldn't.
That's it. There are
only 16 people.
There are no consequences to your actions.
There's 16 people.
Exactly.
So if you meet one,
it's not an MMO.
Quite rare, yeah. Which, it's fucking annoying at times, I'll be honest.
What it needs is a notoriety or arsehole scale that actually follows you around, and once you get beyond a certain level, you become prime suspect number one, and everybody in this. The Ragnarok Online had the player killer system, so you could kill other players.
Yeah.
But the moment you did, you became a player killer, which meant you were fucking open game for anybody else on the server.
Yeah.
As long as they only killed you and not anybody else in the interim. So, but what usually happened is two people had run in to kill this player killer, and they
end up hitting each other.
Yeah, they'd end up hitting each other, and their outlying abilities would and turn them both into player killers.
I like the fact it spreads like a virus.
And it did. It spread like a virus, and then you'd have massive wars go on, but then it'd fade out again.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. You have the bad sports system in GTA, which is supposed to be the same, but it's just not in the slightest is it in any way effective. I get a reward for being a good sport, which is great whilst I'm being shot.
Yeah.
Yay, I'm a good sport! I'm like the special kid wearing like a bike helmet. I'm bulletproof! It's useless. It does not do me any good at all being a good sport.
But yeah, where were we? PS4 came, bust, blue light of death. Didn't have any disk drive problems. I'm the only person that I know of that had the problem with the camera.
You have a new problem.
I have a new problem that nobody else has seen so far. I've got a fucked PlayStation camera. It's got a wonderful dot in the middle of it and a glowing white light across the light.
The great thing is, on Paddy's screenshot to illustrate this, he's actually looking directly at the dot, so you can see him like this.
It's because I discovered it in Playroom. When I first saw it, I thought it was a lens flare. I thought it was part of Playroom, and then I went into the menu options, and
it's like being in Star Trek.
And then I went into the menu options to configure the camera and realised, hang on, that's still there. That's not a feature.
Bad times. But let's be honest, of all the things to have a bug with, you'd rather it be the camera than a controller.
Yeah, I'm happy that the camera's bust and not the console or the controllers.
Yeah.
But neither of them have got out the gates clean. And
it's been bad times all round, and everyone's been jumping on this. It's got like a 1% failure rate. It's like, well, no, it hasn't. 1% is quite bad, actually.
Yeah.
1% of a million is like thousands of consoles.
Mm-hmm.
It's not got 1%.
Yep.
It's literally that those few people that have got problems are very vocal. Because first of all, the only people that buy consoles on release day are fanboys or heavy gamers.
Yep.
Who is going to be pissed off most when they get a faulty console?
Well, my conversation with Amazon support was kind of summed it up for me. Talking to her, and she's all apologetic that this has happened. This is very unfortunate, and I got sick of her apologising for the fact that it happened. And I just said, "Look, this is the price I pay for buying day one technology. I expect some kind of failure rate. It's inevitable."
It's so British, isn't it? That you actually look. I don't mind having a broken console.
Just fucking fix it.
Just tell me what we're going to do to fix it. Don't fuck about with all this. I'm really sorry. Here's a voucher. Send your console back. Just take the broken bit and give me a working bit. It's never that simple, though, is it?
But that was it. It was just a thing of you buying. I am prolific for buying day one technology now.
How's that working out for you?
50-50.
Yeah, that Wii U's doing well, isn't it?
The Wii U's still there, still gets used.
What, for on Netflix?
Yeah. YouTube, actually.
Hey.
It's the best YouTube playing device out there.
I had Joyous the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, I actually used Netflix whilst bored in a hotel room. I actually finally had a use for it. Because usually I never use Netflix on a tablet because I think it's the most ridiculous thing in the world to have a tablet and sit in front of a 16-inch TV. Just, but people do. It's like, oh, my friend gets to watch this while I watch that. It's like, fuck it, just watch the same thing.
Yeah.
Just stop being
we don't do that. But I do use it when I go to the in-laws.
Yeah, well, that's it. So I'm sat there in this hotel room and I finally started watching Firefly. I'm quite proud of that. Because it's been on my to-do list for so
Somebody
freaking long.
else will have seen it.
Yeah. It's been on my to-do list for so long, I finally started watching it.
Right.
But I did have to pay £10 a day for wireless. £10 fucking pound. I used all the data on my phone first, bear in mind. And my phone is screaming at me, you're over your limit! But I had to pay £10 for a day of wireless. £10. That's like what? It's in American terms. That's like what, $15?
Yeah, $15
a day.
Jesus.
I honestly, and then it didn't work on my laptop.
I
had to use my tablet. I've got a 17-inch laptop,
yeah.
and I couldn't watch Netflix.
I can't believe that. I generally end up in hotels where the Wi-Fi is free.
Yeah,
and if it's not, I put it on expenses.
Well, I wish I had, but I already put so much on expenses.
Anyway, we're talking about the hardware. Yeah, it's failed. It's all good. And Xbox had a decent launch. PlayStation had a decent launch. Both of them saw 1 million sold in 24 hours.
And they even congratulated each other as well.
They congratulated each other.
It's been quite amicable.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem right.
Well, that's it. And they both ended up on eBay. PlayStation sold about 10,000 of them ended up on eBay on the first 48 hours.
Oh, it's disgusting, isn't it?
Averaging about $600 a piece.
Again, I couldn't go through with it. I didn't keep my PlayStation, I'll be honest. I sold it on, but I didn't make a profit. I sold it to a friend.
You sold it to a friend.
They wanted one on day one.
Yeah, you sold it to a friend so that he could jump the queue.
Yeah. I genuinely, I know I could have made money from that, but I just feel dirty doing that.
Yeah. Basically,
I do this every year.
Yeah.
I kind of go, I'm going to sell it, I'll keep it, and then I keep it.
Yeah.
But
this time you've sold it.
This time I sold it, but I didn't want to make money. I just think it's a dirty, rotten trick. The people that want to buy this are generally fans.
Yeah.
And the fans shouldn't have to pay through the teeth.
Well, this is it. Sony have confirmed that they plan to have a decent flow of stock coming.
Yeah, it's backwards.
I think they said they want to try and have everyone who had pre-ordered
before Christmas.
Yeah. They don't think they're going to be able to accomplish it.
Yeah, but they're trying.
But they're trying, and
if only they'd use some kind of widely available PC hardware. I mean, oh wait, I reckon that they'll do well at Christmas.
Although there are apparently a batch of PS4s running around that have got lots of pre-order saliva in them.
What?
Apparently the Foxconn ones. Some of them were built at Foxconn. They were built in multiple plants.
Yeah.
And the Foxconn ones were built by students that were forced to do it or would have lost credits on their...
those ones.
Yeah.
the naughty ones.
Yes. And apparently the students have admitted that they deliberately built them half-arsed.
Oh, that would be absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I've received my PlayStation, but it's entirely mirrored. Everything is backwards. Could you please explain? The disc tries to come out of a hole that isn't there.
Yeah. Apparently, this is from whatever the Chinese Twitter is.
Weibo or something.
Weibo, whatever that is. There's a Twitter feed and translations, and basically, the students that were sent to do those ones basically admitting, we don't mind, we got our credits, we didn't build them very well.
Good luck. Ah, well. So what else have we got from
PS4? We'll stick with that. EA.
Yeah, EA don't do much to.
Well, there's a bit of a wonder why everybody thinks EA are a bunch of bastards. They got a bit of a reputation. It looks like they're online to win worst company in the world for the third year running.
I don't know how they do this. I'll be honest. EA are not that bad a company.
You know exactly how they do this.
I don't.
You do.
Lost. People complain they're
The
fucked
voting.
up.
The voting is online.
Oh yeah. So somebody has an agenda and is
The voting
rallying 4chan and Reddit towards.
No. The voting is online. The people that are pissed off at EA are very technical, tech savvy. The people that are pissed off at Energon or not Energon. Energon's the Transformers power source.
Let's go with Energon. Energon pretty much sums it up.
Yeah.
Any oil company, basically.
BP, Shell, Exxon, anybody that's pissed off at them, are generally the general public who, on the whole, are not tech savvy.
They can't be asked, can they?
Yeah.
I mean, they've got better things to do.
Not tech savvy, can't be asked, and have better things to do.
It's the arguments against EA that make me. Yeah, I've ruined my favourite game.
They made your favourite game in the first place. Fuck off.
Basically, what you're saying there is they made an awesome game and didn't go the direction I wanted with it.
Yeah.
Which is fine, and they have abused microtransactions. But
Yes.
who hasn't? There are worse companies. EA don't target at tiny little kids.
Microsoft are currently doing it themselves with Rise. PlayStation are doing it with Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Not Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto are doing it as well.
Yeah.
GT5.
But nobody is as bad as those little companies that pop up, target a game at kids,
Yep.
tell them your cat's going to die if you don't buy this,
Yes.
and then fuck off again when they got your money.
But EA had stability issues for their online capabilities on the first week of PlayStation in America. And they immediately jumped up blaming PS4, the PS4 system update, for those stability issues.
How?
That message on their official complaint, on their official FAQ, lasted all of 3.5 hours.
Funny that, isn't it?
Before Sony contacted them and went, yeah, remove this.
Yeah. It appears that you seem to be having problems with our update. Every other publisher is absolutely fine. Fuck you. Sincerely, Sony.
Yep.
Oh well.
But that's fun.
That next one.
Go for it.
This is what makes me slightly happy. And I read this actually before I
know. I'm going to go get another beer. Do you want one?
Yes, please. So Sony there are rumours about a Sony Ultimate Bundle. Now, if this is true, it's basically a PlayStation 4 and Vita bundle, and it's expected to come in at under £500. Which £500 sounds like a lot, but a Vita is freaking expensive, and it integrates absolutely awesomely with the PlayStation 4. So you can have the whole second screen Wii U-like experience. Well, that's what I've got, is it? And Paddy's weeping slightly.
Yes, I am annoyed at this. If this bundle does come about and it comes in at that price point, then once again I will be slightly shafted. I accept.
Well, the price point is a rumour, whereas this is actually a screen cap, in it. It's actually...
Yeah. The price point won't be that low. It won't. It can't. Unless they're taking massive losses on that Vita. It can't.
I don't know how much does a Vita go for these days.
I think it's about 230.
It's not that bad, really, is it?
230 plus 350. Yeah.
I wonder if the Vita's actually due a price drop anyway.
Yeah, but look, there's no games with it at all.
No, that's what I mean. It's purely just
purely
console
hardware.
Vita
Yeah.
pad. So it's...
No, that's about a good price then.
Yeah, it's still a decent deal, but it's good for those that want that second screen experience, which I think is quite cool.
That's quite a light coloured beer.
Yeah, it really is. Didn't expect that from such a dark bottle.
It's also...
It looks like
or is
piss.
that kind of green?
Enjoy that, Paddy. The whole Vita thing, I like the idea because I could just play a game.
I'd have a Vita.
And then Fiona walks in and says, "Don't tell the brides on." Say, "Alright, yeah, you put it on." Boom, carry on playing.
Yes,
That is my song.
No, that's why I like That's one of the things I like about the Wii U. I can do that. It's one of the things I'd like a Vita for, although I can't justify paying one just for that.
No. But then again, you travel a lot, so you probably could justify it more
I
than
probably
me.
could justify it. Or
Not
I
to
could just
mention-
tell Joe to stop watching fucking Catfish.
Catfish is brilliant.
Get fucked.
It's the best show ever. The fact I got approached.
Yeah.
You look like the kind of person that has an online girlfriend. Thank you. I haven't. She's my fiance.
No, it's not just that you look like the kind of person that has an online girlfriend. You look like the kind of person that has an online girlfriend that you've never met.
Yeah, I got approached for Catfish.
Yeah, apparently they're doing it in the UK, and he looks like perfect.
Somebody looked at me. They must have seen my Facebook status. It is engaged. Fuck off.
You and
no chance.
You
Not
and
with
Peter
that
Kay.
sorry excuse for a bloody moustache. Sorry. Carry on.
You and Kay.
Yeah, we were like. It wasn't good. They swarmed around us.
They took one look at me, walked over, and then walked away again. I wasn't nice to them. But yeah, this bundle looks interesting. I don't know what more to say. If it's true, then good. Buy the bundle if you really want one before the end of the year. Personal opinion, having now got my hands on it, is unless you're a hardcore gamer, technophile like me, really want the early thing, I'd say wait at least 6 months and wait for a games archive to appear.
Wait for Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
I reckon Watch Dogs is gonna. There's going to be a lot of games launched around the same time, purely because the Japanese market's going to be in full throw as well. So
Basically,
you'll have everything.
Basically, wait for a little bit of a library to appear. Sign up to PlayStation Plus now if you haven't already, because you can put the games on your download list.
And I want to point out, you can get it from HMV for £30 during the UK if you can find it, because apparently they're always sold out.
Yeah.
They're also selling it for $33.99 in various other places, so it's cheap.
Yeah.
Go and get PlayStation Plus. And I feel like I've done my dirty sales for the day. We always push it at some point, so we're big advocates of PlayStation Plus. I need to get
free fucking games every month.
Mine expires soon, so I need to go get one. So if you buy it at Christmas time, every year it drops to about £30.
Well, mine renews every January. I've got auto renewal on. I don't care. Even at full price, it's worth it for me.
Yeah. It's the price of a game for the year.
It's the price of a game for the year, and I get all my new games for both consoles.
Right, we're rambling. Sony, PlayStation, the Ultimate Bundle, done that. EverQuest next.
EverQuest next. This is a game I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to it even more now, as the SOE president has said he can't wait to see it on the PlayStation 4, which means they've got console in mind for this MMO. Now, they've proven they can do console MMO with DC Universe Online and Warframe and EverQuest Next. Not EverQuest Next.
The other one.
Fuck. Free Realms.
Too many MMOs.
Yeah.
It confuses
me.
But
they've proven they can do console. Add to that the fact that the companion app. This is why one thing I actually contacted. Kish, who we met at Craig Stag Do.
Oh yeah.
Developer at Sony UK. I contacted him and told him basically whoever came up with the idea of allowing me to use the companion app as a touchscreen keyboard for the console, buy them a drink.
Genius,
absolute genius. It's the little touches.
My gripe is, why the fuck did it take so long?
Yeah,
that app has been widely useless since the day.
This is a new app.
What, the PlayStation one?
The PlayStation companion app is a new app.
Wait, what?
It's a separate app.
But mine's updated, and I can now access PSN through my. Have I got a different app? Yeah, this app I have.
This is the new app.
Mine updated to this.
Oh, yours updated to. Fair enough.
I had the previous one.
Oh, fair enough. Well, yeah, the app is completely rebuilt so that it could do all the stuff and connect to the PlayStation. I can start up my PlayStation from here.
Yeah, but why the fuck did it take so long?
Yeah. Oh no, I agree.
It's ridiculous that it's taken this long.
Some of this stuff should have been there to begin with, but anyway.
It's that whole thing where they focus the PlayStation at the gamer now.
Yeah.
But it's as if they've gone all the way through this life cycle. We'll fix it in the next one.
Yeah.
Rather than we'll make it better. I realise they've done a lot to improve PlayStation, but I feel like they've missed out.
But then they've been working on the PlayStation 4 for 6 years.
Yeah, fair point.
So it's not like they've been surprised that the new one's coming along. It's they knew the new one was coming. They only gave us the in on it in the last year or so, but it's been 6 years worth of development for them.
Yeah, I still get the impression that it's not been 6 years. I know it sounds daft, but the Xbox and the PlayStation came out with exactly the same.
Sorry,
hardware.
five. Kish said he'd been working at Sony for 6 years now. He was involved in his first PS4 or Orbis discussion 5 years ago.
I get the feeling that they've just been making a list of things they want to do.
Yeah.
And then it's all come together quite quickly.
I don't know, but it's all in all, it's done
good.
well.
They've done well.
They've proven they can do MMOs. EverQuest Next coming to the PS4. Couldn't be happier.
Yeah. So, we can skip all the new console stuff now.
That's all the new console stuff. Well, we can come back to the new console stuff. Let's stick a song in, because we're 35 minutes in, 36 minutes in.
It's a while.
So we'll pause.
Enjoy this lovely track from Trevor.
Oh, what track is it?
I've no idea.
Neither do I.
We should probably pause it.
Okay, so that song was Daydreams by 15th Dimension, which was a Newgrounds track suggested by Trevor. Thanks, Trevor. I'm not sure where we were with news stories. We got through a load of PlayStation 4 ones. We got through the broken Xboxes.
I think we covered most of that. We're down to the twitching bit.
Right, Twitch. I have rediscovered Twitch. I have discovered that my PC can't fucking do it. It's my PC can handle it. My internet connection can't.
Nice.
It can't handle uploading from my PC.
Yeah, of course it can't. Yeah, it makes perfect sense, really, doesn't it?
However, my console can upload.
Nice.
My console can stream Twitch fine.
I'm wondering if they're doing something a bit clever.
They've got to be.
Because upload speed in the UK is generally terrible.
Shite.
Yeah. So to be able to upload or stream at the quality that it does, I'm wondering if there's something server-side that's happening here.
There's craftiness going on. There is witchcraft. Unfortunately, the one downside to the PS4's streaming capabilities is the fact that the only way to see a stream is when it's being streamed. There is no archiving of said stream. This is apparently something they are working on. Twitch and Sony are working together and are planning to bring archiving soon.
Awesome. That wasn't ambiguous at all. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. As long as they can. As long as they
soon.
Soon.
Thanks, guys.
As long as I can happily accept soon, as long as soon isn't 6 months down the line. Because once they give archiving on Twitch, then Twitch can give us the archiving on YouTube.
Yeah, okay.
Because you can transfer videos that you've archived on Twitch to YouTube.
Okay, but look at it this way. Sony's priorities right now.
Getting YouTube working.
Selling PlayStations.
Yeah, I know.
Getting YouTube working. Getting Twitch archiving working. Making PlayStations for Japan. Apparently there's an entire fucking continent that hasn't got this console yet.
But that continent don't want it. That's
They
the
do
thing.
want it.
They don't. They're in no rush to get it.
They do. It's just that generally the culture there is the day one release isn't quite as big as it is here. Because we're all ridiculous.
Yeah,
There's
I
no
know.
other excuse for it. Literally, we just like to waste our money.
But sticking with Twitch, because we've got 3 Twitch stories. We've got Twitch archiving PS4 coming eventually. Woo. Give me YouTube archiving. Or give me, even better, give me a way to get the videos off my PlayStation 4 in general. That's it.
A means.
Just
take them, put them on the computer.
Let me put them on a USB drive and transfer them to the computer.
Put an incoherent voice track over the top and put it on YouTube. That is pretty much the process, isn't it? Anywho, Xbox also.
Xbox also are having Twitch issues. Their Twitch app had to be scrapped and hasn't made launch and is unlikely to be seen this side of 2014.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a bad time for them.
It is, but hell, they've sold 1 million consoles.
They've sold 1 million consoles.
They've both done brilliantly. It's been an awesome launch for what are technically unfinished consoles all around.
The software's not up there. Then again, it was not up there for the PS3. It was not up there for the Xbox. It's not up there for the Wii.
Do you see now why I think this hasn't taken 6 years? They've been making a to-do list for 6 years. And then all of a sudden I feel like someone's gone, oh shit, we said we'd do this next year. Do something. And they've started.
Nah, I think there's been work going on. And it's weird, but yeah. I remember my own days in development that things take a lot longer than you expect.
They've not had the hardware. So they've been developing...
Oh no, there'll have been a lot of blind development.
Yeah.
There'll have been a lot of blind development, a lot of black box development.
Yeah. Which basically has had to be redone, which means...
Yeah, well, there'll have been black box developing 50% of the software for it. And for those not developers, black box development is you create a box that responds exactly the way you expect it to respond, and as long as it returns, as long as your software tests against that black box,
you're all good.
You don't care about what the black box does. You make assumptions.
Yeah. Okay.
So they'll have been black boxing to they'll have been developing to that black box and gone. Then they'll have got the final box in and gone.
It's black.
It's not responding how we thought it would. 9 times out of 10, that's a good way of developing, because you know that the black box is generally built to the average.
Yeah. Are you not curious which AMD salesman went to which conference? Because clearly something happened where he said something where Microsoft and Sony both went, oh.
The AMD guy, that guy, if AMD haven't given him his own island, he's not got a big enough bonus this year.
You say that like AMD can afford an island. AMD can barely afford to live. For some reason they have pretty much exclusives with both consoles.
Both consoles.
They have PC hardware, and they're pushing towards server stuff and all sorts of extra little.
Well, no, they've got 3 consoles.
The Wii U?
They've got the processing chip in the Wii U.
So AMD have.
They've got the processing chip in all 3 consoles.
Yeah.
And the graphics chip in 2 of them.
Right, so this is a company that is still making a loss.
Yep.
And genuinely don't have a way out. I don't understand it at all.
Nope.
They even make successful server-side hardware. I don't understand how AMD could be failing so bad. But never mind.
No.
Let's move on.
The other Twitch story, the third Twitch story, is the best. And it can be summed up in 1 word and 2 numbers. Rule 34.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically, one of the games that is out for the PlayStation is Playroom. That allows you to make to use your PlayStation camera to make little robots appear, and
more specifically, because I'm going to kind of jump slightly, stream whatever is in your living room.
Yes.
Onto the internet.
Yes.
What could go wrong?
Now, a few people did take advantage of it to do good things. Like there's a couple of people did a live podcast. I was planning on doing a live podcast using Playroom with my camera, had it not been fucked.
That went wrong, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can see where it's useful for the likes of us. If we wanted to do a talking point live, we could do a talking point live, and there'd be comments at the bottom of the screen, and we could see it all. And
there wouldn't be comments.
There'd be a comment.
We got like 10 people last time, and although that's not bad, considering it's live and nobody really knows us, I do feel like a lot of that was just people going, "Ah, look at the drunk people." But yeah, anywho.
But that's the point. Anyway, so a group of people, a bunch of people did that. However, a bunch of other people went chat roulette on it.
Well, it's the fact that somebody thought, I'm going to undress my girlfriend live on Twitch.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
Well, no, nothing went wrong for them. They haven't been banned.
No, they have.
They got banned. Fair enough.
Yeah. But really, you can't blame Twitch because they're not an adult platform.
No, Twitch's terms and conditions mean that you can't do shit like that.
Yeah.
However, it's not going to stop people doing shit like that, and shit like that will happen whatever the platform, and it's already happening on Twitch.
If you believe the conspiracy theorists, the NSA have got all this stuff now anyway, thanks to Microsoft.
Yeah, but
I still don't understand that one. So the NSA are watching you. Why would they watch you? Why would they gather data on every single Xbox owner, which is in the millions?
Yeah.
To a point where they're looking at your webcam. I mean, you're not that attractive.
Well, my thing is, the NSA are watching. No, the NSA watched. They saw what we were watching and thought, fuck that shit. Get the hell away from me. You guys are fucking freaks.
Yeah, well, funny enough, at a conference I was at the other day, they launched a new product.
Really?
Yeah. It was Project Prometheus.
Yeah.
Which sounds pretty epic. But it's been renamed IndieOS. The idea is that you can't be watched. It's an OS that doesn't gather data, doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Basically completely unusable then.
They're also doing Indie Cloud. You own all of your data. Basically, it's the premise behind all of this. And I love this idea that we own all of our data. Great. But what's happened with Google and so on is they started gathering data because it's useful. They can then dictate how they develop around how we use their software.
Yeah.
Great. The problem is the NSA started going, can we have that?
Yeah.
So people are now paranoid the NSA are watching. They might not be. They might be. Yeah, I find it odd that the sheer amount of data they would have to gather.
Yeah, the sheer processing power alone required to watch everyone.
Exactly.
Is unthinkable.
Not only that, but imagine you have an OS that is entirely independent. You own all of your data. You want to find something on the internet. What's the first thing you do?
Google.
Exactly. At which point, Google then go, cheers, got all your data again.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I think it's one of these nice ideas, but it's just born out of the wrong...
Basically, if the NSA wanted anything, they've got it. It's it.
If you want to keep your data private, get off Facebook and get off Twitter.
Get offline.
Yeah, you know what happens there? You have no communication with anyone on Facebook or on Twitter.
You want to do something in private, you do it on paper, in person, or on the phone.
Yeah.
Even on the phone's not safe anymore.
The argument is we're not the customer anymore. The advertising agencies are. You know why? Because they pay the bills.
Oh, yeah.
Failing that, send a cheque to Facebook every month and say, I've used it this much, this is how much I owe you. I bet nobody's going to do that, are they?
Yeah.
Of course you wouldn't.
We are cattle at this point.
Yeah. Why not? Anyway, let's get away from... That was a small plug for Indie OS because I like the guys and the idea, but I just think it's
going to fail.
It's inherently flawed.
Yeah.
Hi, Doug. So...
We've got Twitch porn, yeah, it happened, and they've banned it, and they've taken Playroom off the list of playable games because there was that much porn in there.
Yeah, I'm going to steal a few more teasers. I'm going back to a full meal. This isn't going to go well. So...
Gran Turismo 7.
Yeah. Could be out in 2014, which to me says they've slightly reskinned Gran Turismo 6.
Yeah.
Which isn't out yet, is it?
No. It's a bit odd. Because they say they've optimised as much as they can out of GT6. Got the best that they possibly can out of the PlayStation 3 hardware. Which is cool.
But you feel somewhat cheated, don't you?
Yeah.
It's just...
You're going to feel a bit screwed over if a year later there's a better version of it on the other console.
Well, the bit that gets me is that Last of Us was not about graphics.
No.
The graphics were good enough to do a job, and they were pretty good. It was all about story, so it doesn't really matter. It was a swan song for consoles, not because of the way they pushed the hardware, but for the way they pushed the entire fucking industry. They actually... There was a slight shift. It was more, story can be cool. You don't need big explosions and awesome graphics.
Yeah, not everything needs to fucking explode.
Yeah, it's simple.
Although, explosions are good. And I'm not escaping explosions. I like boom, but not everything needs to explode. Michael Bay is wrong.
But on the same note, Gran Turismo, I don't think could ever push the boundaries of anything.
No,
I'm not sure it could, because really, once you've got the physics,
because Gran Turismo balls the shit out of me.
Well, weirdly, Gran Turismo 4, I had a demo, and there was a certain a certain course, which was set in like the foothills of some Italian city, and there was something about it, and I can't put my finger on what it was, but it was like racing through a small Italian village. It wasn't even a city; it was a village. So narrow streets, lots of hills, and it felt like you were racing. I know that sounds absolutely ridiculous, but they captured something there.
I lost Gran Turismo when you stopped being able to ride the walls round corners. GT1, you could hit that corner.
Hit it enough speed.
As long as you hit it at enough speed, it would steer you around that corner and fire you out the other side at just the right angle.
Yeah. Yeah, they got rid of that quite quickly when people kept doing it.
Yeah, but at that point I became bad at it.
Yeah, but in GT4 there was something about it that felt real and tangible.
Yeah.
And when I went back and played the 5th, it wasn't there.
Yeah.
I still can't put my finger on it. There was something missing from that game that was there in 4, and maybe even just there in that one map in 4. I think it was the fact that you weren't racing on this straight kind of perfect course. You were racing on something that had bumps that you couldn't see. It had dips that you weren't expecting, and it really fucked you up, and it was really enjoyable. And then I went and played the 5th, and It's like they added all these features, but the courses weren't right.
Yeah.
But I think it comes down to the fact that real courses are actually made to be...
Challenges.
Well, real courses aren't.
Yeah.
Think about F1 courses.
They're not.
If they put a chance, they put a loop-the-loop in there, people would die.
Yeah, but I'd watch it.
Yeah, I think there is benefit to having kind of imperfections in tracks. City courses
I am the bastard that watches NASCAR for the explosions.
Yeah, fair enough. I think city courses push games like that a bit more.
No,
because they're
Monaco
not what you
Grand
expect.
Prix. Only Grand Prix I'll watch.
Yeah, but again, it's a city course. Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not a real track. Anywho, I don't know where that came from. Where's my GT rant?
Well, anyway, yeah.
You're playing your dog like a guitar.
He likes it.
This is Tyra.
Yes. What were we talking about? EA.
It's going to be a horrible cut.
I know.
It's going to be I'm suddenly dog.
Suddenly, there was Shiba. Yeah. Titanfall. It's definitely not coming to the PS4 at all. There's not a chance.
But sequels could potentially.
However, sequels will probably. They say could potentially.
So we got another Mass Effect then. Basically.
Yeah.
They give us the first one to one console, expect you to play it, and then play it on another
But it made
console
sense.
later.
It made sense when Mass Effect did it. It makes sense for Titanfall.
Does it?
You always sell a lot of a new IP when you lock it to the console's launch.
Yeah, but the console launches were at the same time.
I know, but it worked for Mass Effect, so it makes sense that they do it again for Titanfall.
Does it fuck? They've been paid. Microsoft have gone, we'll give you this much if you only release for us.
Yeah, and it. But then at that point, at a financial standpoint, it worked.
Yeah. From the
all
console player's point of view, they've sold less copies.
from the console player's point of view, they're cunts. However, from a shareholders and financial point of view, they're happy. They've done what they need to do. They've made that game profitable by simply selling it to one or the other.
Yeah. I still think...
I bet there'll have been discussions at Sony for the same exclusive rights, and Microsoft will have just paid more.
No doubt, but look at it this way. There's only 1 million PS4s in the world.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 1 million Xboxes in the world, according to their sales figures. It might have changed slightly, but it's generally about 1 million.
Yeah.
You have a potential market of 2 million.
Yep.
If you sell cross-platform. If you go one platform, that's only 1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Call of Duty sold like 10 million. You can't possibly get a decent return. Microsoft and Sony must be subsidising to the hilt.
Yeah.
They must be paying so much for these
They
games.
they did it with Mass Effect.
Oh yeah, I understand where it comes from,
Yeah.
but really, from a game developer's point of view, to release for one console is just fucking ludicrous.
Also, think about it. 3 years down the line, when the sequel comes out, 2 years down the line, this is EA.
1 year, 6 months.
Okay. When the sequel comes out, there's nothing to say. Titanfall may not be brought out, but a HD revamp.
Something's going to happen. Isn't it?
Hey, Ultimate Edition Titanfall, or an Ultimate Edition Titanfall 2 may come with Titanfall 1 bundled with it.
Yeah, or a comic that explains what happened. Woo!
See, I quite liked that. I really liked that.
You like comics?
Yeah.
I just felt like they just kind of copped out. Also, they are holding on to the Star Wars games license for the next 10 years. Because slaughter is profitable.
Well, no, they've been given the Star Wars license for a decade. So only EA can make Star Wars games for the next decade.
So am I right in thinking Disney hold the film license?
Yep.
EA holds the game license.
Yep.
So what we've got is quite possibly the two most hated of media entertainment companies. Hold the most loved.
Yep.
A film genre, not genres, film.
They own, as long as as long as EA are only ever given Star Wars. They can have Star Wars. If EA get given Marvel, then I will have things to say.
Yeah. And this is the problem, isn't it? It's, as soon as I get hold of something you love, we have problems. So, let's move away from... We've covered Steam... we've covered PS4. Shit, I've given away where we're going.
Yep.
PS4 and Microsoft. There's only one other platform to cover, because the Wii U doesn't count. Steam.
Where's my heavy thing?
It doesn't count.
I really have to
For
stop.
a console to be relevant, it has to have titles.
It has titles!
The PlayStation 4 has more titles than the fucking Wii U.
It doesn't.
It's close.
Yet.
Give it a week. Steam, sorry, one of Valve's partners of the...
Right, yeah.
Sorry, iBuyPower have launched a Steam OS machine.
Yeah, Steambox has always been said that Valve are working on our own hardware, this is our own hardware, our prototype boxes, all that shit. We will have third-party creators creating boxes, and everyone was wondering where these third-party boxes were coming from.
Yeah.
And a few people were working on them, and the first one has appeared. It's from a site called iBuyPower, and their Steam OS machine is set to launch early 2014, and it looks pretty.
It's very simple, isn't it?
It's more like the.
I feel like if I was asked to design a console, that's probably how it would look, and afterwards I'd think, it's a bit mundane. Yeah, I just feel like they've really not pushed the boundaries. It's a white box with a stripe around it.
But it's closer to the PCs in Portal.
Mm.
However, it's not a PC from Portal, so it's not good enough.
No, they were close, but no cigar.
And it's white, which means that it's going to get grubby as fuck.
And
anybody who owned a Wii will be able to answer that and will be able to realise it.
Looking at its spec as well, it meets the price point.
Yes, this is the best thing as well. The fact that its hardware spec seems to be around the level of the PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Yeah, pretty much identical.
Yeah.
But the thing is...
In fact, it's AMD again. It's a multi-core AMD CPU and an AMD Radeon.
Yeah. It's not the top of the range Radeon. It's middle of the range. To be fair, probably a bit more powerful.
Yeah.
And this is, if you've ever been on Reddit and been on the PC Master Race subreddit, this is pretty much what they tout. This is the machine. Because you could build this as a self-build, probably for about the same price, to be fair. But you get the Steam controller.
Yeah.
I think that's the selling point for this. It is all bundled in, really. It's about the same price you could build this for yourself.
$499, by the way. $499.
They're not charging you extortionate amounts. They're not paying, you're not paying over the odds for anything.
No.
It is a budget machine, but it's powerful enough to play the same as what consoles play.
I like iBuyPower. He's got two models, codenamed Gordon and Freeman, in the works.
Nice.
The two consoles are identical, save for the light bar around the middle. One model is clear, the other is black when not illuminated. It's the same bloody console.
Yeah, why not? But the general gist of this is that consoles play at 1080p max, and PC gamers don't.
No.
So if you want a PC to play it on a big screen, then something like this, build a cheap machine. It's exactly the same idea. It doesn't have to be this big all singing all dancing, because 1080p isn't as demanding as some of the rest.
Well,
of the
I'm in the process. It's currently searching eBay for a replacement motherboard and CPU for that thing I've got upstairs.
Yeah.
The old PC. The
one that went during a live podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
That thing.
Nice.
I need a replacement motherboard and processor that will take the RAM that is sat over there. There's about 16 gig of RAM sat over there.
Nice. Now is probably not a good time to mention that DDR4 is coming out very shortly.
We went through this a couple of podcasts ago and you told me it was not worth buying.
What, DDR4?
Yeah.
It won't be, it'll be expensive, but DDR3 will plummet, and I'm guessing that's DDR2.
Yeah.
Which means that'll be off the radar completely.
Yeah, I know.
So.
Which means I might get my motherboard on eBay cheaper.
Ah, fair point, yeah. Cheap and nasties.
Because all I want is a fucking box to stick behind the fire in the bloody chimney.
To anybody else, that'll confuse the hell out. Paddy has this cavernous hole where a chimney should...
Right, where a coal fire used to be, my coal fire has been blocked in, so I've now got a gap in the wall. So I'm putting hardware behind the electric fire that we've replaced it with, meaning that I don't have masses of well, I do have masses of electronic equipment. I shouldn't have masses of electronic equipment. It should all be hidden.
Yeah, but it's not.
But it's not.
It's all on a shelf that's slowly collapsing.
Fuck off, they didn't.
One day I'm going to come into floating shelves. Worst idea ever, because this one is just...
Well, no, this one was my own fucking fault. I bought a floating shelf. They're a genius idea. But if you're going to run wires through them, drill the holes in them before you attach the floating shelf to the wall. Don't try and drill the hole afterwards.
Otherwise you slowly weaken it until it... Well, they're going to be on the floor very shortly. Put your Wii U up there.
No.
Claim on insurance and don't buy it back.
We're getting... we're getting rid of Sky anyway.
Oh, right. Sorry, that was mean. Ashes Cricket.
Yeah, 505 games. I salute you.
I mean, 505 are pretty much renowned for being the epitome of awesome games.
They do they do weird stuff. They make decisions that other companies wouldn't, and sometimes they come up with some gems. You can't fault them. They've come up with some gems of games.
I like to think they come up with low budget games, but sometimes if you set your aspirations too high for a low budget, you end up with Ashes Cricket 2013, and it's not good. I mean, it's really not good.
I mean, 505, what are we looking at?
I've got Tropico in my head, but I think that's Deep Silver, isn't it? That's Quicksilver, whatever they're called. What else was there?
Cooking Mama?
Naughty Bear was one of
Naughty
theirs.
Bear. How to Survive.
Payday 2?
But games published by... we've got their exclusives.
We need that bit bigger. There we go.
So, DS exclusive.
Armour 2.
Yeah,
two
they're
popular
theirs.
games. How have they not made enough money to make a decent Ashes game?
Well, it's not that they don't have the money to make it. It's just that whoever made it for them built a pile of shite.
It's PS2 graphics in a PS3 era.
On PC.
Yeah, it's by that I mean basically it's very blocky. It's not exactly complicated.
It's bad.
Yeah, if you bowl the ball and the batter misses, your wicketkeeper doesn't necessarily move his hands to where the ball is.
But he catches it anyway.
He will get his body in the way and it will tell you whether he caught it or not using his shin. Which seems to be the relevant kind of... Yeah, ball hits man in shin and somehow he's caught it.
Basically what happened is it was released, it managed to pop up, Ashes Cricket 2013, it popped up on Steam, because obviously they've got a full Steam publisher's license.
Yeah.
And then 2 days after release, due to a hail of abuse from people who bought it,
which is it's understood. I mean, it's a terrible game by the looks.
Yeah. It was pulled from Steam and then the game was cancelled. So this was the first game to be cancelled after it had been released.
Yeah, much like the Jaguar Games console, it will never be seen again. That's it. The games console has been cancelled after release, but never again. There must be games that exist that have been cancelled. I'm sure there are. They're generally
the Jaguar
collectors now.
The Jaguar was never technically cancelled.
It wasn't cancelled. They just dug a big hole and buried it.
See, could
you get?
That is just urban myth.
I want to be the guy that uncovers that big hole full of Jaguars. It's got to exist.
They went searching for it. The landfill that it's supposed to be at, remember, I think we spoke about it about 6 months ago. They were doing a documentary on the landfill site that it's supposed to be buried in, and they actually went to archaeology because it's supposed to be the same graveyard that the ET boxes are. It was supposed to be it was supposed to be the Atari graveyard, and they buried the Jaguar, the model of Atari that I can't remember the code name for, and the ET.
Yeah. Basically anything that was absolutely god awful.
To be fair, if they found it and they'd found copies of ET, I'd have fucking bought one. Just to play the fucking thing. No, it's not for the money. I'd just want to play it, just to see how bad it actually was.
I'm not sure you could. I think that was the problem.
Because I've played the Atari Superman game. And my fucking word.
I've just realised we have an opportunity here.
Yeah.
Well, given that neither of us are games developers,
Yep.
we could develop a game and mark it as the worst game ever made. I think in the days of the internet now, thanks to places like Reddit, you could actually sell a game that is touted as the worst game ever made. I think people would buy it.
We probably could do that. Because the story has vanished from the list of stories. However, oh no, it's down there. It's in the extra time. Game Maker Studio Standard Edition. Now free to everyone.
Expect the worst game ever made. It's coming from us. And we just need a theme. What do people not enjoy? I'm starting from the ground up. Something people don't enjoy doing, something they really don't enjoy, equals
Taxes.
Gold.
Taxes.
So, oh god, it's Taxes Simulator. Isn't
Accountancy Simulator 2015.
I think it would sell. I'm going to be honest, in Germany specifically, nowhere else.
Accountancy Simulator 2015.
Right. So what's Retron 5? The machine thing.
Yeah.
I understand this.
The Retron 5. I think I've mentioned it a couple of times.
All of the awesome consoles.
Yeah, it is
from your past.
It is a device that plays all of the consoles. It is a emulator for all of the consoles. However, it has the slots to plug in the cartridges from all of the consoles and then play them directly from the cartridge.
Yeah, it looks awesome. Except for the controller, which looks freaking terrible.
Yeah, but it's Bluetooth, which means you can pair any Bluetooth controller with it, which means you'd be able to play your PlayStation 4 controller.
Except you can't.
Why?
Because PlayStation 4 Bluetooth, I imagine, has some extra little bits on.
No.
Which is why you can't do it on PC for the time being.
You can.
Not for the time being. You can do it through USB, can't you?
No, you can.
You can do it now.
Yeah, somebody already worked it out.
So there we go.
The option, if you've got a PS4 controller and you want to pair it with a Bluetooth device in your PC, the way to plug it into pairing mode is option and share held down at the same time. We'll turn it into Bluetooth pairing mode and we'll pair it with any Bluetooth device.
Nice.
You do need a special bit of you do need an alternative bit of software on your PC to
driver for it or something too. Yeah. But either way, Retron 5 is being delayed until 2014, despite the fact that let's be honest, it doesn't matter.
But
all of the consoles it supports have been dead for years.
The reason it's been pushed back is because of faulty hardware. They found some.
Do you hear that, Sony? They're having problems and they've pushed it back. Microsoft as well.
But the console supports cartridges from the NES, SNES, GBA, Mega Drive, Famicom, in both NTSC and PAL. It outputs in HDMI, and as it's GBA, you can also count in there the normal Game Boy games.
Woo!
I'm
going to take your word for that. I don't know.
The GBA could play normal Game Boy games.
Oh, get it.
Yeah.
Cool.
So GB games, it handles controllers from all of the consoles.
Yep.
And I want one.
Honestly, I don't think I'm going to get a PlayStation 4. I think I'm going to buy this instead.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic.
I don't know what else there is to it. I think we're done for stories. I think what the hell? Oh,
we have videos.
We have extra time shit. Extra time stuff.
It's not quite Ash's cricket, but it's good.
Oh,
we have badass golf.
We have a steampunk cyber golf minigame thing. It's called Vertigenius Golf.
Yeah. Basically, this has been described to me by Paddy as Trackmania, but golf.
The Trackmania of golf.
Yeah. Which initially I thought, well, but now I kind of understand. There's lots of ramps, twisty things, birds, I don't know why birds.
The birds are so you can get an overview of where you're shooting the ball.
Ah, cool. So you use your steampunk birds to view things.
You use your steampunk hummingbirds to swoop around the map and find out where you're going to fire the ball.
Yeah. But generally speaking, you hit a ball at a ramp and it goes somewhere.
Yeah, it's mini golf but mental.
Yeah.
And it looks awesome and I want it. I want it now. And yeah.
Or as Rock Paper Shotgun put it, it's Tiger Woods presents BioShock Infinite.
I'm sticking with my description is better.
Yeah, I have to agree.
It is the Trackmania of mini golf.
Yeah, because it's just ridiculous. A race should be short, but in Trackmania it could be hours. And there's ramps, loops, and everything.
Or it could be 30 seconds, but as long as you get that first 3 seconds right.
Oh, those races are the worst. The ones where you set off and you think 99.9% of the people behind me aren't going to survive. Because you hit a jump and everyone's dead. I think we spent, it must have been about an hour, doing one course that actually took 30 seconds to complete.
Yeah.
Because everyone kept dying. Yeah. And it was just impossible to time it right and land perfectly.
Those live games nights for T1, do you remember them? The Trackmania nights.
Fun, weren't they? Imp. I remember Imp. I remember he was Estonian and he used to abuse people to a point where we just had to get rid of him because he was just actually offensive.
One of the maps, I think I built one of them as well, where you had to come off the curved edge. You had to hit the edge of the track in order to flip you on your side to land on the wall and curve your way around the rest of.
It was the hold up tracks that were great. Yeah. Literally, all you had to do was hold up, but so many people got it wrong. You just hold up, you hit everything, and eventually land, and whoever held up as much as they could won. If everyone held up, they would all have had exactly the same time.
Yeah.
But what happened was people would think, I can cheat this. And they'd end up pressing different buttons and it all went wrong. Yeah, Trackmania is fun. It's a golf version of that.
Game Studio Standard Edition free, definitely worth it. Glitch! Tie that into Game Studio. Yeah. Glitch was a brilliant little web-based MMO. It had incredible ideas. It didn't work in a commercial environment. They shut it down. They sold an art book because it was a very pretty game.
Yeah.
And recently they have decided to also make all of the assets from the game public domain.
Nice.
So character art, world art,
game from now on.
Character art, world art, backgrounds, music, player models, everything, all completely public domain.
Nice.
Which is incredible because I can see some really good uses for that world.
I've just seen the next one, Bombernauts.
Yeah.
Why have I not seen Bombernauts before, Paddy?
Did I not show you Bombernauts?
Smash Brothers and Bomberman.
Yeah, basically Bombernauts is an upcoming game and it is effectively a mix of Smash Brothers and Bomberman. So you use bombs to try and knock everybody off the platform, but the platform itself gets blown up. So eventually there's no platform left.
Yeah, I could see that ending quite badly.
Stick mute on, but yeah.
I like the look of this.
But yeah, you run around. Yeah. So there you go. Bits of the environment blow up, and then you're trying to. Basically, the entire idea is you knock everyone else off, the same as you do in Smash Brothers.
Had a jetpack. Surely that's not on. I mean, that's.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, it actually does look brilliant, and you can chuck bombs rather than just.
Yeah. But the idea is you knock everybody else off, and the world erodes around you. It's kind of like Spleef in Minecraft. No, not as a non-Minecraft player, you won't know of Spleef. Spleef, the world is one block thick. And the idea is you dig out the block beneath the person in front of you and make them fall through. That's a Spleef.
That's your goal.
Yeah. But at the same time, they're trying to Spleef you, so it kind of balances out.
I kind of understand.
Injustice Gods Among Us, finally available on Android, the mobile version, so that's good. A brilliant violinist playing a Legend of Zelda track. Legend of Mario? Where the fuck was that coming from?
I don't know, why not? I thought nothing but Mario today. So.
Typing of the Dead Overkill is getting a DLC. It is getting a Shakespeare DLC.
So you have...
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day?
No. Basically, yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Shakespeare and typing. I've just got this mental image of lots of monkeys playing Typing of the Dead.
Yeah.
It's just eventually one of them's going to type it. No,
But Typing of the Dead, it's the fact that it's now come out on the PC and is brilliant. And it's getting Shakespeare. She's even better.
Yeah. Why not?
And a trailer video for Lego The Hobbit, which is the next Lego game made by Telltale.
It comes in 8 parts.
And finally a video that you can watch it, but I don't recommend you do it.
Yeah.
Somebody who got a broken disk drive from a Microsoft box. Now it turns out that the problem is a gearing issue, and he managed to solve it by twatting the bottom of the Xbox.
Do you not see the thing here, though? How would you know this works unless you'd already tried it?
Yeah.
It's either that or this guy films every single aspect of his life.
Yeah.
At which point I wouldn't necessarily trust him to tell me how to fix an Xbox.
No.
There's something not quite right here, isn't there? But don't go punching your Xbox and blaming us if it
Yeah,
goes wrong.
we want nothing to do with it. It's nothing to do with this. This is extra time. This is on your own time. Fuck you. It's not my problem.
But good luck, and it's been lovely.
Yeah, and that's it. We're done.
Oh, Twitter things. You just add that at the end these days.
Yeah, there's an extra clip for that.
Okay. Let's see it, guys.
Whoop, back.
Jesus.
If you're watching this, you probably just finished watching either our Talking Point or Drinky Talky Thingy videos on for this week. There would be a nice outro sequence that had both of us in it, and there was one recorded. I've accidentally deleted it from my hard drive, so this is a very short one. It will be replaced next week. If you liked the video, then please hit that like button down below. It doesn't bother me whether you do or don't, but YouTube seems to like it. It apparently is part of their algorithm that lets people see this video that don't normally. Also, if you aren't already subscribed, chances are you already are, then also hit that subscribe button. It would be great to think people actually like us, but we do this anyway, whether you like us or not. If you want to contact us, then obviously there's the comments below. There is Facebook, which you can get to via our nice shortcut, 8bitalliance.com/Facebook. You're on the YouTube channel probably, but if you're not, it's 8bitalliance.com/YouTube. Twitter, we've got at DrunkenGamer, which is me, at D_Gao, which is Gao, and at 8-Bit Alliance, which is the podcast feed itself, which effectively is just me. So you can tweet that one, but you're just as easy tweeting me. Other than that, we'll be back with the next episode shortly, and until then, please consider looking at these videos over here. If I've done this outro right, there should be videos there. If not, then just ignore my waving finger. It just makes me look silly.